at some point in your life you might come to the realization that you don't have purpose, you don't have a goal, or the goals that you previously had in your life do not matter anymore. What to do in this phase? The more I've been pondering this question, the more I tend towards the realization that our expectations that we have towards life, towards other people, might actually be the reason why we stagnate, why we can't move forward, because life has its own cycles, and whatever you think you must achieve or you must reach, whatever you think you need to create and build, might not fit into the cycles of nature. That creates struggle, resistance, and stagnation. So recently I've come very deeply to this understanding that we need to be receptive, but actively receptive, not resignating and just losing all perspective, but actively receiving. And that's something that people don't understand about energy. Usually when you hear people talking about feminine and masculine energy, you will also hear that feminine energy is receptive and passive, and masculine energy is active and outward, directed outwardly. But actually that is not the right explanation, because when you say something's passive, it's stagnant and it doesn't move, but energy always moves. So it's more the direction. So masculine energy is outward reaching, it goes from the inside out, and feminine energy is pulling inwards, and that is receptiveness, that is active. So if you are receptive, it doesn't mean you close yourself and you are passive, because in order to receive you need to be open, and if you are open, there's an active energy that calls something in, if it's there on the outside, if it wants to come in. That's actually also very obvious if you think of physicality in the human body and the interplay between one and another human being. So when you come to that space where you question all your goals, all your life purpose ideas, all your plans, you might actually embrace the not knowing and also the chaos that that phase comes with, because that is necessary to loosen all the structures that you've previously built that might not be in alignment with what nature and the cycles of time actually are able to birth into your life through you. So that means also letting go of your expectations, but actively being open to what tries to show itself to you. That's something that needs to be practiced, because we are not taught how to do that. We are not equipped to be present with this open heart space. We are taught to use our thoughts, our minds, to construct our lives and then go out into the material world and to build something. That's only half of the story. That's only half of what life is made of. And actually, very often, it might be the wrong approach. So it doesn't start from where life actually starts. which is receptiveness. So instead of pushing forward and imagining your world and trying to create from this plan that you have something into the physical world, try to get into the state where you turn inward and where you actively use your senses. The receptiveness comes through the body and the senses, and it's not only, it can come through physical senses like hearing, smelling, seeing, but there are other senses that are working through the body, inside and around you, that are not so easily explained. But be calm in that state. I know that's not easy to hold that space of chaos and not knowing, because we want to be safe, we want to be sure about things, we want to have this sense of security, and we always feel secure if we have a plan, if we know how things will be. But that also of course is an illusion. We never are able to be fully in control of everything that happens in our lives. There is always to some degree, and maybe to most of the part, this basically I would like to say that we are never in control, but I'm not sure if that is really true either, because if you choose and you have the feeling and the experience of being able to choose, which is important, then you are in a way in control. But it's of course, what is the foundation for your choices? How do you choose? How do you make your decisions? I wrap this up and just hope that we all can develop our skills to receive life as it comes to us. That's all for today. Bye bye.